They say, if you plant bamboo in front of your home, money will follow. But what if that same bamboo is quietly blocking your wealth? Most people think bamboo is a symbol of abundance. But in Feng Shui, symbolism isn't enough. It's the position, the intention, the energy exchange that decides whether this plant becomes your wealth magnet or your silent block. If you've ever planted bamboo without knowing where, why, or how it breathes qi, this video is for you. Because beauty, without alignment, doesn't attract anything. This is not just a plant. It's a doorway. Let's open it. Most people see bamboo and think of beauty. Something green, something peaceful. But in Feng Shui, bamboo is not just a plant. It is a conductor of energy, a bridge between the visible and the invisible. Every home is alive. It breathes. It aches. It waits to be heard. And qi, the life force of Feng Shui, flows through your space like a silent river. But rivers don't flow when they're blocked, and qi doesn't move unless something invites it. This is where bamboo comes in. In the 5 elements, bamboo belongs to wood, but not just any wood. Bamboo is the only wood that's both hollow and strong. It grows fast, bends without breaking, and stays green even in winter. Its emptiness is not a flaw, it's a gift, because only something empty can become a vessel, a carrier of qi, a messenger of your intention. But here's what no one tells you. Bamboo only works when it's aligned. Planted in the right place, it pulls wealth like a magnet. But planted wrong, it clogs the path of prosperity, turning your home into a whisperless space. In this video, we go beyond the symbolism. We reveal how bamboo actually interacts with energy, why its placement matters, what your front gate says to the universe, and how a single mistake can stop fortune from ever reaching your door. Because bamboo is not decoration, it's direction. Before we begin, I invite you to stay until the very last breath of this ritual, because the final reflection may shift the way you see your home and your wealth path. And if this video stirs something quiet in you, know that this is only the beginning. This is the first tree of many. In this series, we will walk through the ancient energy of plants, one tree at a time, each chosen for a purpose, each placed with intention, each holding a key to your prosperity. So make sure to subscribe, not just with a click, but with presence, because what you're about to learn is not just Feng Shui, it's a return to how wealth was always meant to flow. Most people think bamboo is simple, a fast-growing plant, a lucky green thing to place at the gate. But in Feng Shui, nothing is just what it looks like. Bamboo is wood qi in its purest form, not the dry, still kind, but the living, breathing growth energy, what we call sheng qi, the rising flow. The wood element in Feng Shui represents expansion, vision, flexibility, and strength with softness. And bamboo embodies all of these, more perfectly than any other tree. It grows upward, with no resistance. It bends, but never breaks. And its core is hollow, open enough to carry breath, energy, vibration. And this is what most people miss. Because bamboo is hollow, it becomes a natural vessel, a pipeline for qi to move through. Like a flute that only sings when it's aligned with breath. But what happens when that vessel is blocked? What if the bamboo is placed where air doesn't move, where light doesn't touch, where the house holds tension, not intention? Then bamboo becomes silent, not dead, but dormant, like a song unsung. I once asked an old woman in Saigon why her family never planted bamboo near the back wall of their home. She looked at me and said, "Because bamboo listens. It listens to where the wind enters, where the ancestors used to walk. And if you place it where no wind speaks, it forgets how to call the chi." She told me her grandmother would never plant bamboo without first walking the land barefoot, feeling the breath of the space. Then she'd tie a red thread around the first stalk and whisper 3 wishes into the hollow stem. 1 for protection, 1 for prosperity, and 1 for the future children of the house. She said that when bamboo is loved, it grows faster than memory, and when forgotten, it stops speaking. Now, you might be thinking, all of this sounds poetic, symbolic, almost too mystical. But science is beginning to whisper the same truths that ancient people have carried for generations. A study from Japan revealed that bamboo emits subtle electromagnetic frequencies, which shift based on sound, temperature, and even human touch. Another research group at the University of Western Australia found that plants respond to vibrational energy, including low-frequency sounds, whispers, and even the human voice. They lean towards speakers playing soft chanting. They vibrate differently when spoken to with intention, and bamboo is one of the most responsive. So when we say, "Whisper into your bamboo," we're not just being poetic. We're aligning with physics, with vibration, with the truth that everything responds to presence. It's not magic, it's resonance. And resonance is how wealth begins. You see, Feng Shui is not about decoration, it's about direction. And bamboo is only powerful when it knows where to carry the energy. So, the next time you see bamboo, don't ask, "Is it beautiful?" Ask, "Is it alive?" Ask, "Is it carrying energy? Or just holding space?" What parts of your home have you placed with memory, but not with presence? And what would happen if you whispered into your space, like your grandmother once did with the bamboo? You bought the bamboo. You placed it in your living room, maybe in a vase, maybe near a window. You thought, this will bring in good energy. But months passed, and nothing changed. That's because in Feng Shui, not every placement is a placement, and not every corner invites wealth. Your home is a body. The front door is the mouth. The hallways are arteries. And qi is the blood. When you place bamboo in the wrong position, say a shadowed corner, a window facing clutter, a shelf too high or too still, you're placing life in a dead zone. In Feng Shui, bamboo thrives where qi moves gently but steadily, not in turbulence, not in silence, but in places where life breathes. Morning light, moving air, occasional sound. The Feng Shui compass doesn't just point, it breathes. In classical Feng Shui, southeast is the direction of growth, not by accident, but by alignment. Southeast is ruled by the wood element, the same element bamboo belongs to. And when wood meets wood, qi doesn't just flow, it flourishes. The morning sun rises here. The air is still soft. It's where nature begins its song. Placing bamboo here is like planting it in its spiritual homeland. You don't just grow wealth, you let it remember where it came from. What happens when bamboo faces the wrong current? Now, place it in the north, a direction governed by the water element. Water feeds wood in theory, but too much water can drown the roots. Bamboo, though strong, needs rhythm. The north brings movement, emotion, depth, but also instability. Instead of grounding your intentions, it may wash them away before they take shape. Wealth, here, feels like effort without arrival. Work multiplies, but results scatter. The sharp edge of metal. And what about the west? A zone of metal chi. In five-element theory, metal cuts wood. It's not symbolic, it's energetic. When you place bamboo here, you may notice the air feels sharper, quieter. Your plans feel harder to hold, conversations shorter. Money moves, but only to leave. This is not punishment, it's mismatch. So remember this, bamboo is not enough. The place you choose is what determines if it grows wealth or holds it back. Southeast invites expansion. North brings emotion. West contracts energy. And every home whispers differently. So ask yourself, where in my home does life breathe? Where does the morning light touch? Where do I feel most awake? That's where bamboo wants to live. If this revealed something new to you, pause a moment and place that awareness like a seed. A comment, a quiet reflection, because the wealth you're calling in may already be waiting right outside the window you've never looked through. So when you place bamboo, without listening to the direction, without feeling the breath of that space, you're planting a living thing in energetic silence. You may water it, you may clean the leaves, but if the chi doesn't move in harmony, it cannot carry your wish. It's like writing your intention on paper and sealing it in a box no wind will ever open. Where in your home have you placed something good, but never checked if the energy could reach it? What if wealth wasn't delayed, just placed in the wrong room? Before anything else, don't touch the plant. Just sit with it. Let your eyes rest on the leaves. Watch how they hold light. Let the space slow down around you, because energy only listens when you're truly present. Now, take a slow, steady breath in. Bring your face close to the bamboo and gently exhale toward it. Not to blow, but to offer. In ancient Feng Shui, the breath is how your chi speaks. Your breath carries vibration, and vibration is memory. Now, speak, but don't speak as if you're asking. Speak as if it has already happened. Let the words be short, clear, from the body, not just the mind. I am aligned with prosperity. My space is open to abundance. This bamboo carries my intention with grace. Whisper it into the air. Let the chi around the plant absorb your signature. Now, step back. Let the plant stand on its own again. But it is no longer the same. You've breathed life into it. You've given it a job. To hold your clarity. To remember your energy. To stand as a living chi magnet in your home. Placing bamboo isn't the ritual. Breathing into it is, because wealth doesn't just come to the ones who place. It comes to the ones who imprint. Some of you might be wondering, does this really work? Can a plant really carry my energy? That's not a modern question. It's an ancient one. One our ancestors answered, not with science, but with presence. Let me tell you a story. It's quiet, but it changed the way I see bamboo forever. When I was young, my grandmother kept a bamboo stalk by the ancestral altar. It wasn't decorated. It wasn't labeled Feng Shui. It was just there, quiet, alive, holding something. Every morning she would sit in front of it, close her eyes, and whisper something I never heard. I once asked her, "Why do you talk to a plant?" She smiled and said, "Because plants are older than language, and bamboo remembers breath." Years later, I found out that bamboo has hollow chambers inside, like tiny tubes that echo vibration. When we speak with presence, our voice isn't just sound, it's energy encoded in frequency. And the bamboo, it receives it. So when you whisper to bamboo, don't feel strange. You're not doing something new. You're remembering something old. So now you've placed the bamboo. You've whispered your breath. You've offered your energy. It may seem like a small moment, but sometimes the smallest rituals carry the biggest waves. And in Feng Shui, change rarely begins with thunder. It begins with attention. But here's the part most people forget. It's not just about planting or whispering once. Just like wealth, energy needs care. Presence needs rhythm. And bamboo needs to be remembered. So let's look at how to keep this connection alive. How to nourish your bamboo like you would nourish your own prosperity. Planting the bamboo was only the beginning. Whispering to it opened the gate. But wealth energy is not a spark. It's a rhythm. And like all things alive, your bamboo too must be remembered. Not with effort, but with presence. Step 1. The weekly return. Once a week, return to your bamboo. You don't need to do anything. Just sit. Let your eyes rest on it. Let the silence gather around you. Watch how the leaves hold the light today. Are they vibrant or a little tired? Because in Feng Shui, Qi fades not with time, but with forgetfulness. So come back and let your presence remind the bamboo, I still see you. I still believe. Step 2. The gentle reset. Every 7 to 10 days, take a soft cloth and with slow, circular motions, wipe the dust from each leaf. Don't rush. This is not cleaning. This is conversation. You may ring a small bell or breathe over it once more, just enough for the bamboo to feel your rhythm return. Step 3. The new moon whisper. Every new moon, take a moment to write down your new state of abundance. Not a wish, a knowing. Wealth flows gently through my life. I am aligned with ease and clarity. Fold it with care. Slip it under the pot, or place it in the soil, like feeding the roots with your becoming. Because as you evolve, your bamboo should know. It's not just holding your past intention. It's growing with your now. Abundance isn't a switch you flip. It's a river you build, stone by stone, visit by visit, breath by breath. And your bamboo is more than a plant. It is your living memory of when you chose to believe. Over time, this bamboo may not speak. It won't move. It won't ask for your attention, but it will remember every breath you gave it, every word you whispered, every time you returned, not to demand, but to simply be with it. It will hold that. It becomes more than a plant. It becomes a quiet companion, a silent partner in your journey toward abundance. Because, in the language of Qi, the most powerful support rarely makes a sound. It simply stands beside you and grows. So now you've planted, you've spoken, You've returned. But there's still one last thing most people forget, because even the most powerful energy can be blocked if your space is speaking a different language than your mind. In the final part of this journey, we'll open that hidden door, where space, mind, and plant begin to breathe the same rhythm. Let's go deeper. You've placed the bamboo. You've breathed into it. You've returned to it each week. But here's a truth many overlook. Energy doesn't just listen to what you say. It listens to what your space says about you. Step 1. Look around. If your space is heavy with clutter, if the light never reaches where you place the bamboo, if the air feels trapped, then the message is not abundance. It's stagnation. It's confusion. It's silence. Bamboo needs chi. Chi needs breath. And breath needs space. Step 2. Clear the field. Move one item away from the bamboo. Just one. Let light reach it. Let air pass through it. Then open a window, even for 5 minutes a day. That's not just airflow. It's invitation. Because wealth doesn't enter through force. It enters through welcoming. Step 3. Mind. Space coherence. If your space speaks of stress, your mind will echo it, and your bamboo will hold it. But if your space reflects presence, even the smallest plant becomes a mirror of clarity. So ask yourself, is my space aligned with what I say I want? Or am I asking for flow while sitting in stillness that no longer serves me? Your bamboo is not a fix. It's a friend. But even a friend cannot walk with you if the path is blocked. So clear the path. Let light back in. Let breath move again. And watch how the smallest corner of your home begins to hum with life. So now, the bamboo stands with you, not as decor, not as symbol, but as a quiet witness of how far you've come. You've called in the wood element. You've whispered your wealth. You've cleared the space. And now, you've aligned the energy that surrounds you with the energy that lives inside you. There's just one last thing left to say. Not with ritual, not with theory, but with stillness. Let's close together. So now, you no longer just see bamboo as a plant. You've seen its chi. You've felt its rhythm. And you've opened the path for wealth to come, not with noise, but with alignment, from where you placed it, to how you whispered into it, to the way your space now breathes again. All of it has become part of your invitation. This isn't just Feng Shui. This is presence. This is partnership with the earth, with the energy, with your becoming. So now I ask you, what part of your home will you awaken first? And more than that, what part of yourself are you finally ready to open again? If something in this video stirred you, if your breath slowed, or your space began to whisper back, then it wasn't by chance. Because in Feng Shui, the smallest shift in energy can open a new current of wealth. So leave me a comment below. Tell me your bamboo ritual. Tell me where you'll place it. Or simply whisper, I welcome aligned abundance. I clear the way. I invite the flow. I remember the wealth that's been waiting for me to awaken.